Willie, I met right after I left One Tree Hill, and I think everyone knows that was a pretty toxic environment. And so white collar was the first job I did after that. And Willie was the person who took me under his wing and had lunch with me and took me out to dinner. His support and the thing that he saw in me, he saw the version of me that I wasn't yet, but that I was working towards.
Hilarie's new tattoo is a special tribute to Willie.
It says, calm down. Willie, he would pay you the biggest compliment in the world. One of the last times I saw him, I walked in the room and he was like, wow, you did yourself up. Because I dressed up for him. And then the second you'd start to get bashful about it and be like, shut up, he'd be like, calm down, calm down. It was his way of forcing you to accept the compliment because he would diffuse it, which is a lovely habit.
Hilarie is the host of a new 6-part true crime series that investigates tragic events in small towns called It Couldn't Happen Here.
What's it like sitting down with a family whose loved one they believe has been wrongfully charged?
The most important thing was to approach this with a great deal of empathy. I think there's so many comments of like, oh my God, I love true crime and wine, And that feels kind of like a vulture move to me, to find entertainment in the worst day of someone else's life. So spending a good deal of time with these families and giving them the platform to tell their side of the story was important to me.
What's your reaction when you see a case in the news like Gabby Petito's murder getting attention, knowing that so many other cases aren't getting that kind of exposure?
Our last episode of the show is about a young woman who went missing and eventually turned up dead, but she was a young Black woman. And the way her case was handled was exceptional because it was solved. And what we know based on statistics and the data is that women in marginalized communities go missing at a much higher rate than white women, and yet their cases are less likely to be solved. And so if Gabby's case and her father's plea to the greater community out there to take care of these marginalized communities and pay attention to these missing women, I think this case could be a great call to arms.